Okay, I'm firing it up. Welcome to the Geek Group. Am I reading the disclaimer, Charmaine?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right, so we'll start it off with the disclaimer. Topics, properties, and investments discussed are for educational purposes only. We do not sell securities. Each investor is responsible for their own decisions and must evaluate investments according to their investment risk tolerances. Opinions expressed are those of speakers and no one else. Now, I actually I don't have an intro for you, Charmaine. I'm reading an intro for you, right?
Okay, I didn't put one down.
That's all right. You want to do a self intro?
Okay, yes.
Let me think what I know about you. I know a little bit about you. You are a multifamily investment student. You have invested this year in your first multifamily property in Lubbock, Texas, with the team. And you are, as an LP investor, and I know some other things, but tell me more. Go ahead and self promote a little, Charmaine.
Well, I have my main thing is I work with the public schools in Montgomery County, Maryland, and also I'm a realtor, wearing many caps. I'm a realtor, and now I'm segueing into investing, multifamily investing. I learned about this program because I was thinking about flipping, but after the introduction with Dave Lindahl, I realized that if you launch out and go into multifamily, it's the same time and effort, or almost the same time and effort as you would have done with the multifamily, which would produce um, multiple more, as it mentioned, multi. So I am actually, investing in multifamily instead of just single family. Also, I have three children, three grown children, and everybody have their own opinion sometimes. But the funniest thing is when they were teen, they were very opinionated, and one of them is still teen. But after they are grown up, some I realized that they have come back to mom with a lot of questions and a lot of personal things that they wouldn't have when they were thinking that they knew it all. So, but we're a close knit group, so that that's a good thing about us. All right. So tonight I'm gonna have to share my screen. Tonight, um, I'm talking while I'm doing this. I'm gonna share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So tonight's topic, I was approached months ago about value matching. Reason being, I think I have promoted the group somewhat. So it's just pricking my head to see what I've done and how others might think about doing the same thing too. So the value match is actually from the group, the Geek group, just to see what we did and how we do it. So here, go back to the screen. The Geek group core value. We have the core value, and everyone on it is a part of the Geek group. So we do know, but it's just a reinforcement of, what it is. So we are people that are team players, need to be open, honest, and transparent. I like the word. I stop at transparent for a minute because I like that so much that, being a realtor for so long, it's a good thing to be transparent in all with all the players, meaning that, from the buyers to the sellers, the brokers, everybody, if you're transparent in whatever we do on all the transactions, this will make things run smoother, and When you have nothing to hide, things won't come back years later to haunt you. Humble and confident. The Geek group like people that are humble, no arrogance, no entitlement, and they're like facts over charisma. So what do you say? Do what you say. And in this, we want to be realistic.
It's 5:30.
Most people are busy, or all of us are busy and have different lives and have different businesses also. So whatever we do, we have to, come down to earth and be realistic about what we say we're doing and how we approach things. And in that being said, we got to be reliable also. Doing what is right. Doing what is right, to me, may be something different to you. It's just like ethics. Ethics, is so vague that, doing the greater good can be really distorted at times, but we got to consider all perspectives when we're trying to do what is right. And we always want people to continue to grow, be open to the idea that we could learn something new that could change our perspective. And every night we come on this call, or every week we come on this call, it may not be a whole lot of things that's new we're going to learn, but there's always something that we can pick out of it that can contribute to our life and our perspective in the future. So that's it about the core value. So who is a value match member? Anyone that is interested in multifamily real estate opportunities. Some experience, some may be experienced but need a team member. And when we say that, if we understand this business is not somebody to be an island player, meaning you're going to do everything on your own, because it is not that. We have to have a team, and you have to be a team player to work in a team. And as we know, the team consists of all different parts, but we are building ourselves to be experienced or to gain knowledge, gain experience every day, just to become very profitable in the future. So we need some skills in doing that. I talked about evaluation or evaluating. So evaluating ties up with the underwriting, where in which we got to be really skilled at it, even if we're not going to do underwriting on the team. We got to know the basics and we got to know it in and out. So we're in which you see a deal, because if underwriting is or due diligence to see what is done when a broker or a seller presents what they have to us. The sellers is always thinking that they are right. The seller always think that their property is the best. Even if it's a sham, they look at it as being the best, or they think, or they have their value add. And as we can tell, the performer, most performer projectile that we see is always something that is hyper inflated. And when you actually sit down and underwrite it, you realize that no, 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 we gotta offer it for less. So we gotta be good at underwriting. Even yesterday, most of you on the call, we come to the realization that we gotta underwrite a whole lot to become perfect in doing this. And that's our aim. Our aim is to become perfect in underwriting. So when somebody talking about it, we can just look in the air and pull out figures. And that's where I am intending to be in the future. Also, who is a Value Match member, we also need management, and there's management on all sides. So we're gonna need people that are doing property management, asset management, and we got so much. So it's a team player. So when I say who is a Value Match member, When you're out there talking to people, you gotta be thinking in mind, can this person be an asset to me? When which we can invite them to the group or to your team. Is that being said, where we will find Value Match members? Where? Conferences. Just like Max is away on a conference right now, he has to go with the inclination in his mind that, can I find a Value Match member here? And what is he looking for in Value Match members, or what are they looking for in a team? So you gotta go with an open mind and be attentive, listen up, and hear what people say and want. Meetup. We have meetups, and I think Darnell went to a meetup this week. I'm not sure if that went well, but he was supposed to go to one. So meetup is a place where we find Value Match members. We got other investment groups in which they have meetings and they are like-minded people. So it's not going to be hard for you to come with a question and ask about a group or something that can enhance them, because they are already doing the same thing that you're doing. And this is always a good time to find a value match within investment groups. Webinars, social media. I just got off a webinar today. I'm on webinars just before the 8 o'clock meeting on Friday. So there in which we find out a group member if it's possible. But just be unaware, as I said, look out for people because sometimes they're there and they need a group, but we just gotta talk. Open our mouth and talk. Social media. Now, a lot of us are familiar with all the social media that's out there. Just put it out there. Put it out there. Let people know what you're doing. Face to face breakfast. We may have lunch or dinner, but another thing again, always put your antennas up. Antennas up. Every time you leave your house, some I remember somebody always say dress for success all the time because you never know who you're gonna meet or who you sit down with. Are they gonna be interested in this business? So dress to impress when you leave the house all the time and put on that face in which you're gonna go out there and meet somebody, even if you didn't plan it. But dress to impress to go out there and be on the lookout, be on the prowl for a value match member. Socials again, parties, golf course. Golf course, if any of you are interested in the tees, look on the golf course. They are the money management people. They have the money. They may be sponsors out there or LPs. So it's part of the member too. So keep on the prowl. People are out there for this business that we have. And as I said, it is not a one-man team, no eyes in team. So we need to always have an eye and an ear out for people who we can be associated with. How am I doing so far? Can everybody hear me? Oh my gosh. Building rapport. So when we're on the prowl and we are out there looking for value matchers, we need to be building rapport with people all the time. And building rapport build trust, and this build relationship with others. When we build rapport, we exchange business card. Always go out with a business card. But now people have something that's called the e-card. Anybody familiar with that? Uh, let's see. There is an e-card I can introduce you to. It's called ILO. An ILO is an e-card, and we can put it in our phone, and we can do it right now if you are interested in doing that. I can do it when I finish sharing this video. ILO is something that we can actually put in our phone, and then we share it, especially if you have the iPhone. We can share it right away, and the e-card is what we use to share with others, because studies have shown where in which people have business card and you hand them out. Yes, you will hand out 200 for the night, but what does people do with them? Sometimes people put them down, leave them same place. Some people trash them, and some people, if you don't have a picture on it, they won't remember you. So it's good to have this e-card that you can put in your phone, and they'll always have it in your phone, even under your name. So some way, somehow, they'll remember you, or they will have your contact directly, even if it's years down the line. They'll have it with them. And also think about putting your pictures on your business card. So this is another way that people will remember you. And you can go as far as further as writing where I met this person, or the event, or something, but something else, just to remember where you met that person. Okay. Form. Let's talk about form. We're gonna focus on what individual wants when you go to the meeting, when you're sharing with people, when you're having lunch or dinner. We listen, as I said, to what people want. We get to know their motivation, and the form is the acronym for family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. So we all know what this is, but we have to find people that are like-minded of us. Most of the time when we're going to these conferences, these are already business people, so you gotta check in the box. They're already probably multifamily, if it may be, another check in the box. So these are people that we should not be afraid to, go chum up a conversation with. And sometimes we have like the beginner investors, they are like sponges, like myself, and they will want to, sometimes these people work full time jobs, or it may be somebody that doesn't have enough capital. And if they don't have enough capital, these are people that you might want to share information with. So going back to recruiting, we can recruit them to this group. Okay. So building this relationship, what we do is dropping seeds throughout the time together. And don't forget, we got to ask. If you don't ask, the saying says you miss 100% of the shots you did not take. Why? You didn't ask. And sometimes when we don't ask, even when it come onto a property and to underwrite it and send out a notice that we want it, a letter of intent, we have it in the back of our mind we're gonna do it, but when the time comes, we don't do it. Somebody else took your shot, because the things are out there for everybody until you decide to take your shot. And in the interim of everything, we gotta follow up. And sometimes it's not the right timing for people. We gotta just drop back. But what I do is put a date on it. And if I put a date on it in my reminders, I will, even if it's a year after, I'll follow up, because that's the right thing to do. And the timing might be right when we're doing it. So challenge yourself. We're gonna challenge you to recruit someone. Recruit intentionally. Challenge you might or challenge for this quarter is to recruit one person. And the good thing about it is the wealth of knowledge is expanded because each person brings something else to the table. So at least we're not just sitting or relying on us to just learn everything. But when we have each person coming to the group meet and sharing something, we'll at least learn from somebody else, and the wealth of knowledge is then expanded. Just like the book club, if we read one book, we share it. But when 10 people share their experience from another book, now it becomes that you know this book and you become knowledgeable in 10 books other than instead of being knowledgeable in one book. All right. So here, we're going to break here. We're going to share with someone these items. We're going to split. We have about 6 people on the call. So we're going to split in two. And we're going to think about what we're currently working on. And is there anything or any help you may need? Two, what topic would you love to see the group work on? And three, any valuable resources. So we're gonna break and go in and ask these three questions and then come back. So that's my presentation for today. We gotta go and do the share. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and go back to the group. Stop sharing. All right, so I'm coming back to the group. So,
And do you want us to do that? You want us to work on those three things and think about those three? What
yeah,
are we working on? What
yeah,
topic would we like to see? And what resources might we have to share?
correct.
Okay. How long do we have to think about that?
We got time. We got time.
Two
So,
minutes? You got 2 minutes to think about that?
what topic? We got time. So, is there a way you can? I've seen you done it before, where you break us up in groups.
Oh, you want me to break you into groups? All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Nice. And then we'll work with there's 6 of us on the call, and if I can
Mm-hmm.
break Cabrin 2, I could do us into 3 groups. Let's see if I can manage this. Boom. Breakout rooms. Set up. I want 3 rooms. All right, here it goes. So we'll do this for 4 to 5 minutes ish max, okay? And then we'll come back. Wait, can I set that? I can set a timer. Ooh, fancy. Okay, hang on one second. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Okay, did I set it? Okay, here goes. Okay, let's see. Join breakout Multifamily Geeks main call. Edit rooms. Charmaine and Cabrin. Tiller, David, Darnell, Pedro.
I just booted us out.
Yeah.
I may not have given enough time. Did you guys have enough time?
No.
I'm so sorry. You want me to put you back? Where are you, Charmaine? Did I lose you? Sorry, you guys. That was not nearly enough time to do that.
I'm here.
Break out one, break out two. I can go back into rooms. I'm sorry, Charmaine. I
Yes.
should have left more time. Want me to go back?
Yes.
How much time you want this time? Because there's 3 of us in each team, so you need more like a couple minutes each, right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Ah. This is nowhere near as easy as Zoom.
Okay.
All right. Was that a little bit better timing wise?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. So, do we want to share with each other, or we want to switch up again? Is there any suggestion, any take on this? 'Cause we got time.
I say maybe we could all share what we.
I mean, it's the six of us. It's based. Um, I threw out some David would talked about earlier was business credit, and I threw out the idea of I told this to Max was the co-star, how they can get the database of different properties throughout the country. So,
Okay.
how it saves time with underwriting and getting the information from like the different properties and things like that. So.
The co-star was the one. Remind me of co-star again. Are they the one that you had a steep membership fee for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but you guys, as a benefit of being Geek Group members, you can just email the address of the properties you're underwriting, and I will produce an underwriting report and email it back to you.
Okay.
So you don't get the benefit, of searching the database, which is true, but the restrictions are pretty tight on that. So, but I can send you some of these are 150-page reports on each individual property. You just email me the address. Takes me about, well, it depends, give me some time to do it, but I can spit out that 150-page report and email it back to you. It's got comparables. It's got market research. It's a very complete report, and it's awesome when you're going through the underwriting to start to just glance through all those pages, looking for, things like what's the income of residents within 1, 3, and 5 miles, how many, homeowners are there within 1, 3, and 5 miles, all that sort of basic stuff, which I know you can find for free elsewhere, possibly, right? You can get it in one report. Just send me the address and stick to the properties you're underwriting, right? So we can keep some manageable and it's really usable to you. And I'll produce a report in PDF and email it back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very expensive account, for one user. It's like $1,000 a month. Yeah. So as part of your Geek Group membership, you get that as a benefit.
Oh, okay.
At what point should we ask you? Because we don't want to ask you for every single property, especially if it's ones that's might be a dud. So what would you say?
No, but I'm sending them out for people. People are asking me, and I don't know if anybody's pushed that boundaries yet, David. So if you're underwriting one and if you're doing an LOI on it, ask for one. I would say that's the threshold. If you look at it and go, this looks great, I'm going to do an LOI, I'm going to offer 10 million, then let me produce one. That's worth it. Let me take the time to do that. As you're looking through it, that can inform you. I think also you can, if you're serious about a property, what I think Charmaine was mentioning is the better you are at underwriting, the more the brokers will talk to you. And if you just drop in there that I was checking my co-star report on the property and the broker didn't give it to you, I feel that kind of stuff communicates to the broker that you're a serious player. You're in a different league than other people possibly calling that broker, and they'll talk to you more as a serious buyer.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's a benefit of your, I think it's a pretty good benefit. I think you can't, even for your monthly subscription fee, that alone, let's put it this way, David, you guys should be underwriting at least 3 serious ones a month, maybe. So at least be giving me 3 addresses a month. And heck, I could probably produce a lot more of that, 1, 2, or 3 a week for each of you, So yeah, you don't need it for every property, but if you're about to do an LOI, get me the address and let me spit it out. Also, there's some weird things where when I type in addresses people have, it'll pop up as not the right one. We got to do a little bit of research on the actual property address. That helps, I think, you guys when you go talk to the broker, you know? So, yeah, that's an ongoing benefit you have. Use it. Put me to work. Okay, awesome. What else you got, Charmaine? Go for the next thing.
Okay, we heard from Pedro. So who is next? What about you, David?
Oh, you want one more? Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do?
You know, I said basically I'm constantly working on building the relationships with the brokers. So, you know, just to make that stronger, that's the challenges. And then what I would like to see from the Geek group is maybe a guest or somebody who's closed a lot of deals, and have them talk about what they do to build rapport, and possibly, if they're willing to, you know, have them do a live call. Maybe they couldn't do it on this call because it's late at night, but maybe they could have a recording that we could listen to look for pointers and things of them cold calling like a new broker. And then something I just thought about just now as we're sitting here was how to find the sellers. Like, okay, so here's the thing. We got to go through the brokers to get the deals, right? But how are the brokers getting the deals, finding the sellers? So if there's a way we can learn how to find the sellers, I mean, I have tools to find property owners, but, you know, the problem with the multifamily is that it's an LLC that owns an LLC that owns an LLC that owns an LLC kind of thing. And it's very hard. So, but if the brokers are finding them, there's a way to find them. So we can figure that out. That'd be cool. So we could go direct to them, let them know, hey, you saving money, we're saving money, everybody's saving money by not working with the broker. We still get the deal done. You know, we still have our attorneys involved in everything. You know, I think that's a good idea too.
I think I see some people where in which they look up properties, see how long the owner has owned them, and you know, you have a thing that says that 7 to 10 years is a good time to contact them because they may be ready to be burned out. So anybody over 7 years, you contact them. Just contact property managers, owners, and directly and see. Direct contacting.
It's hard to find their
because of the LLCs. Yeah.
And most of the LLCs, like I've pulled a list before, and then I sent out mailers. I couldn't find the phone numbers, so I sent out mailers, and almost all of them got returned because of like how the addresses are set up in the LLC name and things.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like super weird.
Yeah, I experienced the same thing before when I was driving for dollars, and I would see properties, and I would look up the LLC, and I basically did a mailer campaign where I was sending out letters just like you were talking about, David, and all of them got sent back.
Yeah.
Well, I say all of them. Let's say a good majority of them got sent back.
Wow. Yeah, and I did the ones with the you know, the Dave Lindahl one that says is this probably giving a headache? Advil in there. So, you know, it was extra postage and everything just to
But
hey, David, I don't know if
never know when you find that needle in the haystack.
I don't know if you all have heard of Renatomy. I had spokes, and I can give me a second. I can post it either in the on the LTN or in the chat box. But I think it's RENONM Renatomy, something like that. I'll look it up. But I haven't used it personally. But I was talking to an investor, and I was just inquiring to how they kind of deal source and things like that. And he had mentioned that they don't look for off-market deals per se, like marketing direct to seller, but he pulls his information from Renatomy, and then he sends it to the brokers for them to kind of look into it, and then, you know, kind of keep them involved because he tries to nurture the relationship with the broker, not cut them out, but to kind of find off-market deals, he gives that to the broker as a resource. So that, I don't know. Again, I haven't used it personally, but he said that it has been an asset to him and his team. So that may be something that you could look into as something that maybe can help you find some deals as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's actually a good idea. Instead of cutting them out, keep them involved.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
gonna have to bring them in the picture at some point. So
Yeah.
And then you just let them, hey, let me get first dibs. And since I brought you the list, and if I don't like it, you still have a lead, and they're gonna love you for that. That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, remember to send that spelling for us, Cabrin.
I will do. Give me 1 second.
Okay, Darnell, that's you. You're next.
Basically, in our discussion, that kind of what when Dave was talking about possibly getting somebody on to do a call, that came from when we were all talking. I was saying that in my experience, what I would like to see is more on building those broker relationships, because I use the call script and everything, and I don't do it consistently. I admit that, but in the times that I have, the conversation always say, "Okay, great, we're going to send you a deal," and I get nothing. So I don't know what I'm not doing, or maybe I just need to do more of it. The other thing I mentioned is I believe that we did have someone on a month or so ago talking about capital raising, and I'm reading a book about it now. But one thing that I realized about multifamily is nobody does everything the exact same way. So if there's a different perspective, a different idea of how to do it, I like to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. You get to the same destination by different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. Well, I was talking about also for looking for deals, and we come up with one thing. The Geek Group will be willing to sponsor us in a deal. Max has some core GPs that are ready to roll. So if we can collectively come up with a good deal, we'll all get in this and learn together, especially being LPs or other entities for this group. So this is what we could work on, finding a deal, and let's all work on it together as um, different angles or different arms of this deal. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, anybody else have any other input?
Yeah, just to expand on what Charmaine's asking, I appreciate you asking that, Charmaine, because it's something I probably should have communicated you guys better. But the two, the Savvy sisters, Doris and Alice, and Greg, and us, the Geeks, well, probably going to be me now. Won't even be Ben and Paul. You're down to just me. So me, Greg, Alice, and Doris are willing to co-GP. And then you guys can, if you find the deal, you can, take part of that GP, and then you can go raise and fill in the LP spots for it. So we're ready for that, and we'd love to do it. Man, it would be awesome to do all internal with Geek Group members, because that'd be a huge success story for all of us. So keep that in mind. We're shopping. So see what you can find in that $5 to $10 million range. You're probably looking at a 50 to 80 unit, given that price point, So see what you can find.
All right. So guys, we gotta get to work. All right. So it's 9:14. Anybody else anything else to contribute to the group tonight?
It's 6. I tried to mute it right then. It's because I'm traveling and I got the laptop. When I'm at my house, it's the desktop. It doesn't do that. So
yes.
Well, I'm tempted to, you know, I showed it last night, I think. I'm tempted to try to show Anthrobank again to show you a feature for, you know, what we've, I don't know if you know this, but Charmaine has recruited some of the members on the Geek group, and we take an affiliate fee out of those monthly payments and send them to the person that refers them. So I don't know if you're willing, but we've tried to make this into a little bit, I don't think it's as slick as I would like it to be, but when you go and log into your Anthrobank account, which I hope you can do, and I hope you can see some of the resources in there. And let me see if I can maybe do that on the screen for you right now. So let's get rid of this. Let's say I'm logging in as a student. I got like a fake student login here I can use. So here I am logging in as a student into Anthrobank. Now, I want you to give me a break on this darn red box, because at some point I'm going to figure out how to fix this. I know it says you don't have permission to the page, but you're actually in. So here's where you find tools and resources. And here's your 2 downloads of the older Multifamily Geeks template, the sort of the legacy one, and the new beta model that a lot of you are experimenting with now on the underwriting teams. If you click these, they will open in their own tab. You just say make a copy, and now it's going to open in this tab up here. And all you do is do a single down and up. Don't open this file in Excel anymore. This is only for Google Sheets. Even though I know it's very deceptive when you're here and it's in that tab, the way to get it on your hard drive is to say File, Download. And I know you're downloading in this Excel format, but you're not going to open it. So you click Download. It puts that clean copy on your hard drive. And now you go into whatever folder you might be working on. Let's see if I can find one here. Sorry about that. It's the hotel internet. You know, so here's some of the ones just to model what that looks like. So now if this is the Thursday underwriting, and you're going to now upload that into a folder. So you would say New folder. Let's call it Untitled for now. Create. Then you click into that folder and you say New, File Upload, and it will bring up now here's the copy of the template that's now sitting on my hard drive. So I say Open, and now this is uploaded a clean version right into that Google Drive. This can now be copied over and over in the Google Drive and used. So if I were to right click on it and say make a copy, it'll now start making a copy of a copy of a copy, and you can use this clean one to move in and out of your different folders. So that's all coming from Anthrobank. And then the cool thing that I want to show now is the next tab is My Referrals. So say you're going to a conference like I'm at, and this is an accurate number. We've actually paid out since August of last year, we've paid out $4,235 in referral fees to different members that have referred other members. So, you know, I was thinking of, Charmaine said, go ahead and put your picture on the business card. I was going to just show you the difference between 2 business cards, if that'll focus on that. You know, the one with a picture is so much nicer for you to remember that person. But this system will allow you to, so say you go to an event like this, you can simply type in emails of these people and put commas between them and hit submit. And what this does is it starts to build a referral list for you. It says referral accepted. So that email goes in on your record and it will start to build a list. And if that person joins Anthrobank and then joins the Geek group, it'll start automatically generating referral fees for you. And we'll send them out to you. So I don't know if that makes it easier to refer people to Multifamily Geeks, but maybe it will, because all you need is an email address and it will send an email out going, hey, you've been referred to the Geek group. So I hope that helps, and I hope you let me take that time and show you that. Just some other things on there. That tab of my subscription, that'll allow you to manage your subscription. That's where that's now billed through for a lot of you. It'll say what your subscription level is there. Well, that's only some of you that have moved over into the new Anthrobank. Not all of you are on that yet. But eventually I'll try to move you all over there if you'll let me. So, okay, so just on the idea of referrals and team building, that's part of that maybe.
All right. Thank you, Max, for all of that. Did everybody get it? So to wrap up, it's 9:20. So we're going to go back to her weekly group meeting tab. And we're going to scroll down and enter. We're going to enter our rating for tonight. Did everybody get a chance to do it?
I'm up first. I'll read mine. Max, I'm a 10.
All right.
Thanks,
Anybody else?
Oh, I'm next. I'm
I'm a 9.
9 as well.
I'm not on the
Give
LT
myself a
right now,
9.
but
There's always room for improvement. I give myself a 9.
I give it a 9 as well. Great job, Charmaine.
Thank you, guys. All right, so we can call this a wrap. It's 9:22. We can call this a wrap, and we did good on timing. So good, everyone. I hope we'll go out there now. And while we're there, we're looking for people that had mind to be a part of the group, and also always write to underwriting with the intention of doing LOI. All right, have a good night. Take care. Be safe traveling back, Max, and everybody else who is away.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Charmaine. Good job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.